Last-minute restrictions on flying hot air balloons over Parliament House have deflated the Greens' hopes of carrying out a sky-high climate protest. Live now to political reporter Eliza Edwards, who's on the front lawns of Parliament. Eliza, what's the protest looking like?
Well, Annalise, this balloon is going as far as it's going to go right now, tethered to the ground. The Greens had lofty ambitions to fly this balloon over Parliament House as part of a climate protest, but the plan has been grounded after the Speaker, Tony Smith, and Senate President Scott Ryan had a quiet word with CASA, the aviation authority, which has since banned or put a temporary ban on flying over Parliament House. Hot air balloons are a pretty typical sight around here, and the Greens say they had already obtained approval from CASA and the AFP, so they're blowing up about this, saying the government is only opposed to this protest because it's exposing their inaction. The Greens want the coalition to allow their MPs to have a conscience vote on declaring a climate emergency in Parliament, believing that at least a couple of Liberal MPs will agree with that. Annalise?
Sure, there's a lot of sympathy for protesters out there. Not the first time an idea hasn't gotten off the ground, but we'll check in on that a little bit later. Eliza, there's also been a twist in the debate over Medivac, with Jackie Lambie worried about the impact of the Turkish invasion on Syria.
That's right, Annalise. Jackie Lambie's yet to make up her mind about whether to support the government's bid to repeal the Medivac laws. She does have the deciding vote on this, but is waiting for a Senate inquiry to report back on Friday. She's also expressed concerns today about the Turkish invasion and the US troop withdrawal in Syria having some kind of impact. She believes there could be an influx of refugees fleeing the region and potentially trying to reach Australia by boat.
I am concerned. I will be speaking to Home Affairs a little bit more this week, simply because of what's been happening in the Middle East. If I don't repeal that Medivac legislation, does that mean, when those boats are coming, that they'll send the wrong message and say, well, just get to Australia anyway, don't worry about it. They know that they have very limited education and over there. That bothers me if they think that they're just going to get a free pass, because that's how the boat people will sell it. Where does all this come into it now? This is just all very much turned around in the last 4 or 5 days with what is going on in the Middle East.
So as she suggested there, Annalise, Senator Lambie will take the next couple of weeks to land on her final position.